Good morning, all, and this is another one of my videos. I've done prior videos, and as anyone who's watched some of my prior videos has learned, I'm autistic. I graduated from law school, and I passed the California bar examination, and that was a long time ago. So, this video is about what's going on with the California and Florida bar examiners and how they're failing autism and they're not prepared to serve autistic bar applicants. And that is because, first of all, in California, even though I passed their bar exam, they outed me as autistic. They did terrible and tragic things to me. See my video on obeying their state bar court order was one of the joint causes of my breast cancer. And then they lost my case when they had a bar shut down. And they had a special master appointed to find these lost cases. They never found mine. So it put my case in limbo for over 30 years without any final decision by the California Supreme Court or the review department of the State Bar Court. So now I don't know if they're going to tell me I have to take their darn bar exam again, even though I already proved I can pass it. And now, because they put me in limbo, I moved to Florida because I went to an American Bar Association accredited law school, and that allows me to have the eligibility to apply in different states than California. And so I have investigated the Florida Board of Bar Examiners, and let's take a look at what they're doing. Now, in California, this webpage is maintained by the State Bar of California Bar Admissions. They don't appear to have any separate website for the Committee of Bar Examiners of the State Bar of California. So if you do a search for types of testing accommodations, they'll give you information. And when you look at their testing, one of their testing accommodation forms, the one your doctor has to fill out, they have pre-decided the types of disabilities that they want the doctor to check off: visual impairment, hearing impairment, physical impairment, psychological impairment, cognitive impairment, learning impairment, and other. Well, what about autistic people? There aren't enough autistic people in the population to justify a category on their testing accommodation forms that says Autism Spectrum? Apparently not. Apparently not. Let's take a look at Florida. And this is the Florida Board of Bar Examiners website right here. And they have these specific testing accommodation forms: learning disability, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, psychological disability, visual disability, and physical disability. What about autistic people? There aren't enough autistic people in the population for them to have a specific form for Autism Spectrum? Apparently not. So, I asked ChatGPT 4.0 the following question: if a bar examiners do not have any specific autism form to fill out, at the same time they have forms for learning disability, ADHD, physical disability, and psychological disability, please explain why the bar examiners are not prepared to handle an autistic person. And here's what ChatGPT 4.0 told me. If bar examiners do not have a specific form for autism, but have forms for other conditions like learning disabilities, ADHD, physical disabilities, and psychological disabilities, it suggests several potential issues regarding their preparedness to handle autistic individuals. 1. Lack of awareness. This could indicate a lack of awareness or understanding of autism among the bar examiners. Autism is a distinct condition with specific needs that may not be adequately addressed under the general categories provided above. 2. Insufficient accommodation. Without a specific form or guidelines for autism, the bar examiners may not be equipped to provide the necessary accommodations for autistic individuals. Autism can involve unique sensory, communication, and social interaction challenges that require tailored support. 3. Inadequate training. The absence of a form may reflect inadequate training for the bar examiners in recognizing and accommodating autism. Proper training is essential to ensure they understand the specific requirements of autism and can offer appropriate support. 4. Oversight and policy. It could be an oversight in the policy-making process. The inclusion of forms for other disabilities, but not autism, suggests that autism might not have been considered thoroughly during the development of accommodation policies. 5. Potential for discrimination. This gap could lead to unintentional discrimination against autistic individuals. Without a formal process to request accommodations, autistic candidates may find it harder to access the support they need, impacting their performance and fairness in the examination process. Wow! Wouldn't that affect the validity of every bar exam until they conform to autism? Well, 6. Barrier to entry. The lack of specific provisions for autism can create additional barriers for autistic individuals seeking to enter the legal profession. It may discourage them from pursuing a career in law due to the perceived or real lack of support. ChatGPT 4.0 concludes, to address these issues, bar examiners should consider developing specific forms and guidelines for autism, ensuring they are prepared to accommodate all candidates fairly and effectively. This involves consulting with experts in autism, updating policies, and providing training for staff to recognize and meet the needs of autistic individuals. And just so nobody thinks I'm making this stuff up, here's what ChatGPT told me. Here's my question. And here's what ChatGPT told me. And so, everybody wonders why I haven't pursued my bar admission in Florida with the Florida Board of Bar Examiners. Well, they don't seem to have any updated, state-of-the-art knowledge or training about autistic people, and they certainly don't have any kind of Title II ADA reasonable accommodation form specifically for autistic people. But if I do pursue my bar admission in Florida, I will be reporting on minute by minute, day by day, and week by week coverage on what's happening. If you like my videos, please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and you will be notified when I upload future videos. Thank you for watching.